So I'm not sure. Okay, there's a few seconds late. See. Testing, testing. All right. I don't think I want to be able to monitor this, right? Okay. So this is just a quick little test stream I'm doing. It is October 15th at 8:36 p.m. on the Eastern time zone. I'm in Rochester, New York. Um, I didn't really announce this, so I'm not really expecting anybody to be watching this stream. But I figured I'd just do a little bit of playing around, just fiddling around with Manjaro i3. So let's just check YouTube. I'm sure there's not going to be anybody in the chat. Because it's really just is me just playing around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my i3 desktop. It's a stock install. I haven't changed anything, and I'm just going to play around with it and tweak it out and I don't know, see what I can come up with. So let us see what we can do. Hold on a second. Now it should work. Why is OBS not changing the scene? Okay. Let me do this then. There we go. All right. So this is I basically downloaded the Manjaro i3 edition, and I installed it in a VM, a VirtualBox VM, and I haven't done anything to it. So this is how it comes out of the box. I left the Manjaro welcome screen on here. So I like that they put this little start screen here. It's kind of cool. Now this is by default floating in floating mode, which we can play around with and get into that a little bit. I like the conky over here. It kind of gives you your CPU, giving you RAM usage. Right. I don't have any swap assigned to this VM, so not that big of a deal. And then right down here, hold on, I gotta mute these notifications. Dang. Sorry about that. I got Telegram notifications on. Let me turn Telegram notifications off. Let's just do that for now. Okay, sorry about that. My bad. So anyway, so this is Manjaro i3 edition. And I hate this stupid little thing. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, there we go. I also like that it gives you kind of the quick and dirty, open new terminal as mod enter. Kind of gives you some of the quick hotkeys here. So the mod key by default is the Windows key. So I'm going to hit Windows enter. It should give me a terminal, right? I'm going to close this screen. Now, what I should be able to see, right, is there should be an i3 folder in here. So if we go into the cd.i3 folder, there should be a config file in there. So if we just vim config, right? So this is the i3 config that comes out of the box with Manjaro. You can see that mod 1 is alt and mod 4 is super, so it's set by default to mod 4, which is super. If you want to change it to alt, you would just change this to mod 1. It's got some border styles, some hide borders, some change borders in here. It's got the font for the window titles. Will also be used by the bar unless a different font is used in the bar block below. We'll look at that later. I wasn't really going to play with much of this. Using mouse plus mod to drag floating windows. Start a terminal. So this is where mod return starts the terminal. Kill the focus window. Start program launcher. So they have a program launcher. So mod D is D menu. So basically what you do is you start typing something and it will help you auto-complete it, and then when you find it, you can tab complete it and start it. So like that would start the Pale Moon browser, right? That's kind of cool. So that's D menu. They're using D menu for that. And you can see that right here, right? So if I select that line, you can see that mod D is executing D menu, right? They also have a categorized menu if you do mod Z. So if you do mod Z, they have this little categorized menu, which then you can search through that. So like if you look for accessories, and you can hit enter, and it'll go in there. It looks like it's an XFCE menu because it says about XFCE. Going to audio, that's just your volume icon. Hit escape. So they give you the categorized menu as well. Let me see. Sound section. Do not edit if you wish to automatically upgrade ALSA or to Pulse Audio later. So it looks like I'm not really going to screw with that right now. Anything that has the hash at the beginning is a comment, so it's commented out. So these are your start applications. So it looks like they have some other applications in there. They have B menu, which is their like little mini configuration tool. So if you do mod control B, so that's Windows control B, it gives you this little configuration tool, right? Which is kind of nice. You can start a browser. They include the Pale Moon browser by default in here by doing mod F2. So if you do Windows F2, it starts the Pale Moon browser, right? To close most of these things, it's usually Control Q. Mod F3 will start PC Man FM, which is their default GUI file manager. Again, Control Q to quit. It looks like they do have it pre-configured. I think Ranger is installed on here as well. So if you did Mod D and typed Ranger, Ranger is installed on here. Ranger's like a Vim style let's see. If you do mod L switches Windows, right? So your Vim keys are basically your moving around keys. So mod H will jump back. No. Actually, I was just seeing this. There's a conversation going on. J, K, L, and semicolon are what's used to move around. So mod J moves to the left. Mod L moves to the right. Yeah. So mod J goes to the left, semicolon goes to the right, K would technically go down, and L would technically go up. That doesn't make much sense to me because J and K is actually up and down, and H and L are left and right in Vim. So I believe there's a way to change those on here. We're going to find those and change those. But Ranger's kind of nice because inside Ranger, J moves down, K moves up, L moves to the right, and H moves to the left. So, and you can do Q to quit. Okay. So now that we're back over here, you can see here's your change focus. So, mod J is move left. Mod K is move right. Mod L is up, and semicolon. I'm sorry. J is left, K is down, L is up, and semicolon is right. I actually want to shift all those. But in order to do that, I have to change the modifier for changing the tiling horizontally and vertically. So in this case, mod H is split horizontally, mod V is split vertically, and mod Q is toggle. So probably what I'm going to need to do is switch it out so that I see what they're trying to do. Probably what I would do is if I wanted to change that to make a little bit more sense with Vim keys, I would do trying to think here. Not really sure what a good one would be. I gotta think about this for a second. I could do mod shift H and mod shift V. Could do that. I'd have to look to see if mod shift Q is being used anywhere else, or if those are being used anywhere else. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, so we're gonna have to, I'll leave it as is for now, but I'm gonna want to change these to be the default Vim keys, and then I'm gonna want to change these orientation splits to be something a little bit different. They do set up the cursor keys, workspace back and forth. Mod B is so mod B changes workspaces that are open. Mod shift B moves a container to a workspace. Although I thought mod control B is B menu. Mod shift space toggles the tiling. You could toggle full screen by doing mod F. So these are all your basic keys. Here's all your workspaces. So right now, these are variables, and then these are the names of the variables. So you've got 8 workspaces by default. And then you've got, mod 1, switch to that workspace. Mod control and the workspace number. Moves it to that workspace. Moves the focus, whatever window you're on or focused application you're on, to that container. Mod shift 1 will take the current application that you're working on, move it to the container, move it to that workspace, and then move you to that workspace. So, for example, let's open up Pale Moon, right? So let's do, what was that, mod F2, right? So there's Pale Moon. So let's move Pale Moon to workspace 2. So if we do mod control 2, now you can see down here in the corner, you have a 2. We're still on workspace 1 though. If we do mod 2, we're going to move to workspace 2, and we're going to see that here's Pale Moon. Right? Let's go back to mod 1. Now, if we do that again and we open up, let's say, PCman FM, now, if we do mod, instead of mod control or Windows Control 3, we're going to do Windows Shift 3. It moves that application to workspace 3 and then switches us to it. So it allows us to shift. So the control moves the application, but keeps you where you are, keeps you in the workspace you're on. Shift will move the current application that you're on and then move you with it. So that's kind of how that works. And then you can just go back to where you are of the application. And there is a way to get that. I'll have to look it up. I don't remember off the top of my head. And then you tell it what workspace to open up on. And then this section here is how they're doing opening specific applications in floating window mode. So you know how that startup application opened? I bet you that's in here. Manjaro hello. Yep, floating enabled. So all of these particular applications, when you open them, will always open in floating window mode when you open them. They include a key binding mod shift C to reload the current config. And then mod shift R is restart i3 in place. exit I3 is Mod Shift E. And then they have this set shutdown, restart, and locking feature. So Mod 0 will give you options. So if you do Mod 0, it tells you down here, L for lock, E for exit, U to switch user, S to suspend, H to hibernate, R to reboot, Shift S to shut down. That's kind of a cool little feature. This is how you resize the window. This is the lock screen. Auto start applications. So these are applications that start automatically. So these things will always run. These things will run on startup, and these will always run on startup. And then these are some color settings. This is stuff for the i3 bar, which is this down here. So like you've got your CPU percentage, you've got your space, your LAN. I don't know what that one is. One of these has to be RAM. That's your date, 1510. That's your time, your clipboard, your volume, right? Updates. So this will actually check for updates, and if you click it, it'll run the update manager, which is kind of cool. And then this must be your Ethernet connection. These are your gap settings. So this has actually i3 gaps. So if you'll notice, if we do another one here, so if we keep splitting these, right, you're going to see there's this small gap in between windows, in between the tiles. Right. That's all controlled by this gap stuff here. And then that's it. So, yeah. So that's just kind of a rundown. I just kind of wanted to do a quick little test stream to see if this is even going to work. We'll see how it looks after I'm done. So that's kind of like my first little walkthrough of fiddling with Am I doing the wrong key combination? See, I could have swore that my settings should have been Control-Alt-Number-Pad 1. Control-Alt-1 should have switched scenes. I don't know why it's not doing that when I'm not in there. So, anyway, I've been running for about 26 minutes here. I am going to cut this off. And, yeah. We're going to go ahead and call it a night on this. If anybody sees this and likes it or don't like it, please feel free to comment. If you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Tell me what you like, what you didn't like. This is my first real live stream. Nobody really watched. I didn't really broadcast it. It's kind of a test stream anyway. yeah, if you want to see more stuff, let me know that too. All right, everyone, have a good night, and I'll catch you next time.